Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Coach's Commentary. We're taking a look at the Algoma Wolves 2022 season. So let's get into week 2 right away here. And a little bit of the entire season, 6-2 overall, really good season of course. Scored 42 points per game, a lot of offense going on. Offense is pretty tough to stop, and defense does a lot of different things compared to what other teams do. So let's get into our second week. So had a big win against Wausaukee. The previous season, Wausaukee played us pretty tough, where the score of the game ended up being like 42-28 or something like that. But we got them in the back end of the fourth quarter into a throwing situation, and then we got a pick six and another intercept or another turnover and all this other stuff. But they had a scheme that was a little different, where they had like an eligible guard and then trips and all this other stuff. So kind of thinking about that, they had a new coaching staff this season, but as you saw, we were able to handle them pretty well. And taking a look at some statistical highlights, of course, Caden Varden, another great game, had 146 yards passing, 164 yards rushing, throwing touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, 10 total tackles, a lot of great stuff. Grant Vandervest, of course, 161 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 121 receiving yards, and then 1 touchdown receiving as well there. And then Austin Miller, talked about him last week a little bit, but pretty much our special teams ace, where he just loaded up on tackles, on kickoffs, on punts, things like that. So he had 9 total tackles, playing predominantly special teams in there, so that was really awesome. So going into the game, we had a good win week 1. We solidified some things. O-line played pretty well. Defense played pretty well. Our rushing attack was something that we were really happy with. And when it comes to Wausaukee, the previous week they played against Gillett, and they scored over 50 points and lost. So I was pulling my hair out with the defenses that the two teams were playing when I was watching on film and everything, and I was just like going crazy. But they were doing what they were doing, and the expectations we had based on the film, and again it was 1 week, so with a new coaching staff. So it's kind of like, okay, this is probably what they're going to play. It's going to be a lot of 4 wide and then slinging the ball. Lots of curls and slants, hit posts, and wheel combinations, things like that. So that's what we were preparing for. And then, of course, with the expectations from the previous season, where we were looking at, okay, they went 4 wide a lot, and they went trips, and then they ran the ball. So kind of sprinkling in, this is some of the stuff that they used to do, but we didn't want to focus too much on that because there was a new regime, of course. So things to watch for the game. We have the Algoma Wolves, 373 yards rushing. We're killing them inside, we're killing them outside. The offensive line was coming together still. Again, lots of beef out there, which is what I'm all, jacked about and happy and like, let's get after them. Got a huge O-line. Again, not the quickest, but again, with size, you can make up with some of that stuff. And then for our defense, we held them to 103 passing yards on 21 attempts. So, that's a little bit under 5 yards per attempt, which we will definitely take. For the Wausaukee Rangers, they struggled against our zone the previous years. Lots of teams struggle against our zone because most teams don't see it. Almost everybody plays cover 0 every single snap of every single game, and we can play all sorts of different zone coverages, man coverages, all that stuff. And they struggled again, of course. They had a young team, however, with lots and lots of sophomores. They gave us some big problems in our first game of 2023, and they are going to be a really awesome team in 2024. But a lot of young guys, making some mistakes, and of course, when we have a good amount of, we had players who were seniors and juniors that started for 2 years, 3 years, stuff like that. And they also ran a formation that we didn't expect, which is, of course, part of football. and they were trying to get some things against us where we kind of just ended up playing like our base red defense against it because they weren't hurting us all that bad. It was just kind of annoying, and I think our guys responded pretty well as a result of that. So let's get into the game here. And playing at Perry Field, of course. They're kicking off. Looks like they kicked it right to Grant. And making a couple of guys miss. Starting out at the 40, 41 yard line or so. So kind of feeling out what they're going to do. And you can kind of see that number 4 on the sideline running in and off. You'll notice that they don't have enough guys on the field. So we'll definitely take that. And they're running, 3-man front right now predominantly against us. Varden makes a really sick cut, and then he's gone. So, second play of the game, make a guy miss to the outside, and then we're getting out there. I get on our running backs every single year about, they're kind of making these cuts to go straight up field. Usually it's with traps, where they're like cutting up into a guy that's going to tackle them. Just like run away from those guys. Get to the outside. If you make a corner miss, hey, like you're going to be gone or you're going to get tons of yards. And Varden did a nice job of, little shoulder shake, making the guy miss, and then takes it to the house. Where if you cut that up too early, you can, that's where all the defenders are coming from. All right, so they're giving us a twins look. We got an inverted safety with Varden there. We got Carson Lishka playing deep. Okay. They saw in film that we struggled a little bit with letting the QB kind of on those read options run wherever they want. So we worked on that during the week. CA makes the play. Okay. Next play, they get a couple of yards, but we got 2 guys out there, keeping that clock running. So something that we struggled with this game from our linebackers was we would just follow the running back everywhere he went. So they're flaring out the halfback and then having the QB run the other way. So there's a guard pulling with the trap, and we were going with that halfback and not seeing the guard. Like, that's where the play's going. Not our responsibility. There's a flat player out there already. So that was something that we were having some issues with. Nice play here out of trips. Get it to Carson Lishka, where it's a common route combination where we got a flag to the outside from the inside guy, 2 slants from the outsides. Usually the 9 route is what we call it, but that flag is what hits. Getting a guy wide open across the field, but they had it covered pretty decently, and we had Carson Lishka open underneath. They had a nice run there. They switched to a 4-man front. Again, that's stuff that we all prepare for. Oh, we got guys getting buried. O-line doing work. Yeah, so kind of switched in that 4-man front, 3-man front. We kind of see it all, so we prepare for everything. It didn't do a great job of sealing that defensive end. He got a pass play here, running a trap pass. Got Grant open, but a little too far outside. Okay, but nice pass protection. Things were looking pretty good. Again, that's a really tough read for linebackers, so those guys are in man coverage. If we trick him even a little bit on that trap pass. Okay, plenty of cushion. Getting Grant, that little 10-yard out or so, getting the first down. Right, there we go. Got a couple of yards. About 5. Run behind our big fellas. Got Mason Malone in there at the blocking tight end, doing a nice job, position blocking. Good cutback. Everybody vacates. They're scraping over the top, flying to where that lead's supposed to hit. Nobody on the backside, and got another touchdown. We like the 1-2 combination. That's what we got here. The Lishka boys out there. That 33 got a nice tip on the ball. But, hey, up 2 scores. First 2 possessions. Back on defense, going to work again. I got some missed tackles. We got Austin Miller there to get him out of bounds. That looked like maybe Joey Cabino too. He thrown out this little flare. Got a couple of yards. Nice job. Are pulling that guard. They're having that trap. Did a nice job clogging things up there. They're only getting half a yard, maybe a yard or so. D-line doing some work. Another handoff. Little late getting there. Stepped out of bounds, but they got the first. Again, making them drive. We talk about it all the time. By the way, with us having 4 DBs out there, we're usually playing with a pretty light box. More guys back, playing with a lead. Sometimes going to be giving up yards on when we're on defense. Overthrow here. Nice pick by Grant. We did a really nice job of passing off those routes as he was, running that post. Not sure if the way that Isaac ran that, it was designed to go outside, but Grant cut it in. Got a couple of yards. That's fine. We got a trap here. Grant's going to cut it all the way back. I'm probably screaming no. I'm saying from the sideline, blast these running backs. And we're got 4th and 1,000,000. 3rd and 1,000,000, it looks like. And this is just a ridiculous play. And there's 5 guys around Grant. He just dips under them all. Scrambles, takes to the house. Insane. He was doing stuff like that, during this season, but his senior year, every single game, he's just making ridiculous play after ridiculous play. It's really fun to watch, which, ended up being all-state, well-deserved. One of the top 2 rushers for 8-man in the state. That's kind of what that equates to. He had I think it was the 2nd highest rush yards per game, and he was just 2nd from a straight-up yards and rushing in the state, and he played 1 less game than everybody else. So I think he was maybe 100, maybe 120 some yards behind the first place guy, and that's, for Grant, that's usually he gets that in the second quarter sometime. All right, we got Chalice making a play, coming up from a safety position, getting that QB. Beautiful job. And this is the formation that they started going to. Fumble it, of course, and let's see. I don't remember if they lost it or not. No, they didn't. They jumped back on it. It was kind of that double wing, double... Man. Could have had a pick there again. But yeah, the double wing... double receivers on the line. Here we're going trips. Let's see if we're running to the wide side here. Again, getting that guy to bite inside. And though they had a linebacker scraping over, still good yards on schedule. All right, going back to trips. Let's see if we pull out a trap here. Looking at CA's stance. Yep, there he goes. I think we need to be a little bit more patient on that to set up our blocks a little bit better, but It's all right. We still got a 3rd and short. All right. Doing a lead. Going to be a 4th and short. With Cade's guy ended up scraping off where that D tackle's a big boy too. But we got to kind of work our body into that hole. Position block. Still got the 1st down. Running a pass here, we're going to have Grant. Open deep, makes a good adjustment. And again, when you're playing cover 0, and we got trips to one side, we have that whole field to run into where we don't have to worry about another guy. Varden with a nice run here, blocking, or not blocking, but juking guys. We got the Lishka boys at Twins. Here we got a trap. Nice trap block. Looking for work. Here we go. Looking good. We're in business. So you got another lead. Trying to get to the outside. Here we go. Going the other way. Keeping his feet churning. Now we're getting to... Yeah, we got 3rd and goal on about the 5-yard line, 4.5-yard line. Yeah, so we're... They had that covered really well. Grant's just ridiculous. But, again, the kind of what teams do against us from time to time, where, again, we're having that trap. We have an option to... kind of making it a triple option, essentially. But yeah, Grant just being Grant there in the infield of the baseball diamond, making guys miss. But yeah, looking, well, we got 3 scores. It's probably 21, 22 to nothing. That was a brave pickup. All right, they're trying to throw the ball. We got everybody blanketed. Like, where's he going to throw that? I mean, we have 2 guys in the vicinity of all their pass routes. So he has to pull it down, get a sack. We got Emily Kirkman in there at nose. She's doing work. Let's see if they're running trap this way. Nope, just a regular handoff. We got guys there. CA's pursuing. Grant's there. Linebackers getting there. We got Feld in there. Sending some pressure. There we go. We got Wausaukee getting in on the tackle. It was 4th down. Looks like they're going to give it to him. Yep. Again, this formation, they're doing a lot of kind of like little jet sweepy type of things, which, you know, we got guys, you know, our safety's playing back, so it's a smart play. Assuming that they can, you know, get our defensive ends hooked. Yeah, they're having issues handling the snap. So again, it's just like, well, let's play red, which is our playing cover 2 against it. And here we got, oh, that looks like Miller. Yep, Miller gets the stop. I think they're going to hit us with a hook and ladder here, actually. Or later on. But Grant does a nice job. Knifes through that stuff. Makes the play. That guy's leaning. False start, please. Throwing it deep. It's 4th down, so really smart decision by Varden. He could have easily picked that off. But then, you know, we would have lost yards. But we're going for a dagger here. Just sending Grant deep. Out-fasting the other guy. Boom, touchdown. Good protection. Good route. just torch the guy. We're sending Grant across the field a lot of times. And, we just sent him straight deep on that one. Looked like the guy was kind of ready to sit on a route. Maybe he thought it was going to be a curl or something like that. We don't run very many curls. And get the 2-point conversion, and we're cooking. And good prediction here. Miller gonna, yep, he's right there. Alright, let's see what they got dialed up. Yeah, they're kind of running the same concepts over and over, and like they're just thrown to the flat, which is exactly what we want. I don't have the numbers with me right now, but kind of off the top of my head, it was a crazy number. I think it was like 92% of all. I can't remember if it's completions or throws or like targets were behind the line of scrimmage or into the flat. So like within the first like 10 yards against us this season. And again, like that's part of the zone. So we got Miller peeking inside, gets pancaked by a lineman. They're able to get to the outside. Again, they're pulling another guy. Covered it a lot better. And this might be I think this might be the hook and ladder here. Yeah. There's the hook, ladder, kind of bite inside, with Miller kind of in that like deep safety position. I'm not sure exactly what he was looking at, but he came up instead of kind of seeing that ball go out there, seeing that halfback go out there. But hey, they got us. Even though we, I have the scout team offense run trick plays every single week against our defenses. Hook and ladder is probably the most common one. And, sometimes you just get it. Nice cuts here. Like to see the ball getting high and tight where, guys are dragging off of him, so he's dropping it, like, to his waist, which we want to get more points of contact. Being really aggressive here. Trap pass. We got Grant wide open, making guys miss. Pursuit from the backside. Like to see Grant unhitch the plow a little bit. Thought you were fast. Coming after it again. They got a safety playing deep. This is a little bit before halftime. Get a nice scramble. We must be cooking up something special here with... we had a holding. I think this is... I think I might be mixing up my years. I don't know. But we got Grant going across the middle of the field again. We got Varden making guys miss and look ridiculous. We got receivers blocking downfield. Yeah, 13 seconds left in the half. Just utterly insane. And again, Wausaukee, a lot of sophomores out there, so a guy like Varden should be doing that stuff against him. You got guys getting pancaked all over away from the play. Yeah, with the 2023 season, our Wausaukee game was the wildest game I've ever been a part of as a player or coach. So this is running out the half here. Malone took the ball from the guy. So it ended up being ours, which is, again, bananas. Just, thank you very much. Weight room. And then that was the half, so now this is us kicking off for the second half here. But should be a pretty quick second half. We're in a position to get a lot of our guys in, get a running clock. There we go. Throwing that swing pass out there. This is another kind of, based on what they're doing to our defense. Kind of the manipulations that they're trying to have there, where they're sending twins to one side and then flaring out the halfback the other way, which is kind of the weakness of our defense. So kind of the rule for a linebacker is if that halfback is to the, away from the twins fast, we got to be fast too. Fast out there. Yeah, they're kind of doing these like little bubble screens. This is some that they were doing against us last year. Carson Lishka making plays. Get off me. And then tackling the guy for a loss. QB making a good cuts. Running the QB again. Looks like, they called timeout beforehand. Yeah, they're running attack in this most recent season, 2023, was working really well against us, and I guess for the, who knows, maybe in a year or two when I do the 2023 season for coaches' commentaries, I'll talk about why that defense was giving us so many problems. They were getting guys out there, they're trying to get the edge. Lishka's turning things back inside. Stay outside. They're trying to throw. Deep got behind us a little bit, but pretty good coverage. Yeah, so CA loses contain here, dips inside. Then they get the first down. We got the first down, so we did get the stop. So that's beautiful. Isaac, find a guy. Running backs, man. Yeah, so we're just grinding. We're finding guys to block. We're getting after people. We're getting, 8, 9 yards a pop. Got the Lishka boys out in twins. Grant with the ball. Bouncing outside. Staying in bounds. Keep that clock running. We got, was that Cade Preston blocking a guy like 15 yards downfield? Love it. Okay. Same play. Same result. And just grinding him down. They kind of got a 3-over-2 situation. Going strong side. Nice block. Isaac Young getting after a guy. Driving him, 7 yards off of his spot. Does it again here. Again, you don't need to blow him up or kill him or anything like that. Looks like he got called for holding, though. I'm not so sure about that one. I'm sure we jumped. Yes, we got a 3rd and long. Play action pass. Wide open. Parker Lishka, freshman. First one down, there's his brother. Not that great of a snap. Grant, I'm just going to take this myself. Get off me, son. There's a lot of, I don't know. I'm sure people from the sidelines who watch our game oh, why do they squib the ball so much? You're giving them good field position, and that is kind of true, where, again, we have a lot of faith in our defense. Especially when we are up. But again, for special teams, we try to get a lot of our young and rotational guys out there. Yeah, we bit on the bubble, part of the bubble and go, both of our guys, and gave them an easy touchdown. Again, good lesson of, making sure we're doing our jobs. Whose job is it in that situation to come up and be aggressive? It was Austin Miller's, but we had Miller and our safety both go up for that and just left the guy wide open. But kind of back to the squib kick thing. Any of their fast and athletic players are going to be deep, so we don't want to give the ball to them, especially when we have a bunch of freshmen, sophomores, a couple of juniors out there. And then also, if a guy mishandles the ball, all of a sudden we have an opportunity to hop on that because we're there pretty quick. So pretty much it's find a hole in their positioning, and then don't kick it to a fast guy. All right, so we're probably didn't have like a guy on the line or something like that. Illegal formation or lined up offsides. Yeah, did it again. We're lining up offsides. No, we're not far enough. But I'm sure maybe the ref probably felt bad for us. Grant Vandervest. Being crazy. Being fast, being strong, getting guys blocking downfield. That's just a frustrating thing from like a coaching standpoint. Like when you're on the other team, you're just like, you got guys there, that guy's just like a freak, whether he's like fast or strong or whatever it is, and just like, so we've been at the other end of that a couple of times. Usually we're on the nice side of that, so guy mishandles it there. They end up getting on it, but again, that's an opportunity where we can steal a possession. Get sucked inside or D-end. Wausaukee. Again, get sucked inside again. So he does a good job of staying outside, keep that QB in the pocket. He has to step up. He has to step up into the pocket, which is tough for a lot of high school quarterbacks to do. They want to escape to the outsides. But if they're stepping up, we have our linebacker there that's able to come up and fill. Otherwise, our linebacker's chasing, and then we get put in this situation of, do I get out of my zone in order to get the QB? They're throwing it up. Oh, could have had a pick. We had two guys there again. Beautiful coverage. Back to the QB running. There we go. Wausaukee did a nice job of staying outside. Again, just couldn't finish the tackle. And we got a lot of our rotational guys in here. Yeah, missing tackles. QB running through us. Yeah, this should be the 2-point conversion. He was definitely in. And we're getting sucked inside. Not trusting our keys. Or not reading our keys. But good learning experience for guys. Getting them in there. Getting some rest for our starters. Again, the JV guys only have a couple of games each year. And getting them into games is really nice for them, where they get a little blood in their mouth and they can get after it. All right, so yeah, we got young guys out there. I saw Will Bennett. We got Lane Koshart. We got Joey Cabino. Lost the ball. Yeah, so with Joey there, he's kind of just like catching that guy, so we just got run over. Got Aiden Moen at safety. That Leist causing a fumble. Looks like it, yeah. Carson Leist. All right, kind of running an option. Tricks a lot of us. Nobody goes QB. We're not filling from the inside out from our backside guys. QB does a really nice cut, getting back there. Again, this is all good learning experience for us. Have some confusion from our safety, who's supposed to be up. But Parker did a nice job of filling and making a tackle. You can see me yelling from the sideline. I'm like, back up. Like, you got to be in the middle of the field. We're in our cover 3. Yes, we don't have a safety rotating back on that one. So again, we talked about that on film. where what we do is, we rotate our safeties. Yeah, so we have the wrong safety inverted here. Just happens to be where they're going to be running, so we mess it up on accident. This is just a circus play, and then in comes Austin Miller, getting a tackle for like a 20-yard loss. Brady Rogers is fired up. All right, let's see, what do we got here? We got Wilson, we got Rogers, we got Thane. Just going up the middle. We got Will Bennett. Let's see, Joe's in there. We got Mark in there now. Let's see if he false starts. We got a nice little double team there with him and, is that Feld? Yeah, nice double team. Tights are a little, or our splits are a little tight here. We're presenting a lot of gaps with, having 4 offensive linemen, and we have a tight end and a wing. We're going to spread those guys out. Have like 2-foot splits between guard and center, 3 foot everywhere else. Make things easier on ourselves. We got Joe running hard. We got Hunter O'Hearn out there. We got JB out there. Got the Bennett brothers at the guard spots, it looks like. We got Wilson in there at center. Braden Cruz sighting. And that's the end of the game. So, really great game. Of course, we didn't do everything perfectly, but again, that's football. But from a defensive standpoint, really happy offensive standpoint. When you score 50 points, can't really be mad or anything like that. But always things to clean up, get better on. And hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you for the next one.